Okay, it's recording. Okay, guys. Nice. Let's jump to the next subject. So we're done with this. We're gonna do another demo. And this demo, we're gonna introduce the broadcasting feature in Socket.io. So we're gonna know how to do broadcasting. That's one thing. Another thing, how to do namespaces. That means how can I only send this message or broadcast this message to subdomain of the actual server, not to everywhere. Okay? Or if I get like this message sent from only specific, only sent to a specific domain, how can I just like say this is only sent from a specific domain? We only just give you basics, and you want to take every piece and plug it in a code where you think it should fit in your next app. This is really good thing to include in your project in the future if you want to. It's up to you. But it's a cool one. I like it. All right. So I'm gonna upload this code. Don't worry about it. After the lecture, exactly, I'm gonna upload this demo because you already have a demo there. It's a big demo, huge demo, and we have this demo. Like we have 3 demos there. Usually, it's up to the instructor and depends on the class which demo we have. Do you have demos already there? Okay, cool. So I'm gonna also upload my demo. I'm just gonna call it like I know LTC demo or something, so you guys can have access to it. Awesome. So back to here. Cool. So we're gonna do the same. You just need to jump to here. Just gonna do cd /demo2. Same here. Same here. Okay. And in here, I'm just gonna do touch. First of all, we need npm. I can do npm init, or I can just move the package.json file from that demo to here, and it should be fine because it has already everything. So I just gonna copy in demo 1. Just copy package.json. That's what I usually do to here. It's copied. If you do ls, it's there. Done. And you do npm I. It will just install everything we need.
What if you copy the node modules also?
No, that's not a good idea. Why? Because it will have like some name spacing. It's not the same name spacing I'm talking about now. It will have like some relative routes that's related to that specific folder. It's created in that folder, that means it's specific to that folder. Otherwise, you can just have one copy and just paste it everywhere, right? But it doesn't work this way.
You mean the path? We have a node modules back to the...
So the node modules, like, it might have like some data related to that specific path, and that's not the thing we need, right? Let it generate it for us. It's easier. That's what we do usually. We never ever copy libraries or modules. We copy requirements. Okay. By the way, this file in Python called requirements file, which makes more sense for me. But anyways. Okay. So I'm gonna touch server.js. I'm gonna touch app.js. I'm gonna touch logger.js. I'm just gonna double check now. So server.js, yeah, and app.js and logger.js, 3 things. ls, I have them there. Good, we're good, done. So let's open it. I think code dot should do it for us. Bigger. Here we go. Open app, open logger, open server. Server. JSON, package JSON already has this. So it's already installed. Done. Okay. I don't have server, right? Server. Okay, close this. Now, server. Again, I'm gonna call it, you should tell me now what to type. Strict. Quickly, yalla. Constant.
Port.
IO or SIO equal require socket.io with a port, right? We can use the same port because we already shut it down. But if you want to, I can use another one, 3001. Next, SIO dot, the basic thing, on connection, do, take the socket, and do what with the socket? Console log it, yeah, print out, connected, on, we just put the ID here, which is socket dot ID. I think that's it for now. We did something. We did a speak. If you want, you can do a speak quickly here. Now, the thing is, do you remember the relationship between? How do you send data to the? How do you usually send data to the logger? Broadcast it. So we used to do this. So in the first demo, we sent from client to the server. The server printed out the message, right? And now I have another service that's called logger. I'm gonna make the logger log this for me. So I need to kind of broadcast this message to the logger, and the logger should catch it, log it for me. So now the server will be as a client to the logger. Kind of. It's not really. It will use another syntax to broadcast this. Look at this. It's really cool. You just do SIO. You don't use socket. Inside it, okay? Inside the payload, sorry. After you console log this, you can do, we need to create speak, right? We need to say SIO or socket. We need to create socket.on speak, which is the one we used before. We received the payload, right? And we need to do something with it. We use just to console log here. We use the console log the payload. And now I want the logger to do this. So I can do IO or SIO, sorry, which is the socket IO dot emit the data I'm receiving. Message received could be, and just print the message, which is the payload. Payload. How about this? And now I'm just telling broadcast this message to whoever is receiving. Any message that I receive, I need to broadcast it. Who will broadcast it? Who will receive it? The logger will catch it and just show it on the terminal. Done. Show you this flow. The only change, just focus on the change we made here. That's the change. Instead of logging inside my terminal, I'm just gonna broadcast it. Any message I get, I just give it to the broadcast service, which is the logger, and broadcast it there, which is in the syntax socket, which is SIO.emit the message with the payload or the payload. Yeah.
You say that the logger will show us the message. The showing is from the server because the emit is here. The logger just accepts the message.
Exactly. So who's the sender? The server. Kind of. I mean, it's not literally a client to the server relationship, but this is how the relationship should be. Okay? It's a little bit different. You will see now when I do the logger. Done here. Save this. Let's go to the app. So I need, just keep thinking about it. When we get to the logger, I will show you how this will work with the server. You know what? We can do the logger quickly. I can do the logger now, so you don't forget like where we are going, right? How about, yes, logger. So logger, same, JavaScript, use strict, and in here, I just need, first of all, same, SIO, and here's the confusion. This will also be a client. It's not a server. So you define the logger as a client as well. So it's not a server. Remember, the only thing that use socket IO is the server itself. Everything else in your app should use socket IO client.
You mean logger acting like a client?
As well. I mean, that's what's weird about this relationship. Now, yes, I understand the server will emit to the logger will receive it, but still, the logger is also a client. It will deal with the server as a server, even though. Sorry, this is how sockets work. I can't change it. This is not, I don't think if you have a choice to create this, you will not create it this way, but this is how it's created. Look at the good side of this. It's already built for you. You can just use the same code every time. Guess what? Let me show you something here. This is their documentation. I just went through it last night. Really tells you everything. It tells you that this is how you should do, this is how you should do there, this is how you should do here. And you have my code, so you can use it as well. It's gonna be super easy when you do it. It's easier than what it looks like. Okay, so this is the client, we're ready. And now we're gonna connect this to the server as we connected the app, exactly the same. So SIO dot connect, we connected to the server, right? HTTP localhost, and this is, good job. It is the full path, yes, they should have the full path. Because you can connect actually to an external server, right? You can connect to HTTP, google.com, whatever. Up there in the server. Is it? One, yes. And we're missing one thing here. I need the client. I need the client, right? So this is the logger. You can call it the logger if you want, logger. Okay? So you do exactly the same as you do in the client here. And here is the fun part. Okay? You need, so look what happened there in the server. Sorry. This is message. Why it says message received? So what did I do here? I think that's the confusing part, right? I'm emitting to message, but message is not part of me. I should have on speak here. I have on speak already, which is, this is the receiver that's called speak. When I do broadcasting from the server, I need also another endpoint, which is in this case, message. So I should have on message inside the logger here at some point. Does that make sense, kind of? But here you don't need a connection. You don't need anything. You can just do logger dot on quickly message. It received the payload. You just print it out. That's it. Done. You can just do console.log here your message I will give you another round on this. You know, just sake of like learning this again, just to make sure you got it completely. So, and so again, the logger is still a client. It's not a server. It does not need a connection. It's already connected to the server, but on the other way. Okay?
As a background?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's already connected. So you do only one server that will just serve everything. The client will send to the server, and the server will send to the client. Even though, if you think of it from like outside of this idea, you will think of this as what? As a server. But that's not the truth. The truth, this is still a client, and it will talk to the server as it's a client-server relationship. And now let's finish the last part, and then we will recap it, and then we'll see how it works. I'm gonna do something fun here. I talked a lot. Okay. Do you feel bad for the instructors? Talk a lot.
No.
You don't feel bad? Okay. I feel bad for them. I mean, I feel bad for myself because I talk really a lot. So. Very good question, actually. But you know what? You have no idea how much I studied in my life.
You studied or you studied?
Studied. I keep you know, before, do you know how much I spent to prepare this? Because it's my first time. 12 hours. 12 actual hours of reading material, writing them. I have to write this demo before I show it to you and make sure I write it from scratch. That's the problem. I just build an app before I come to here. Every time I do a demo, that's not only me, that's every one of us. We do like, I know, you should talk to my wife, I know. Use strict. So this is a client, so const quickly SIO equal require, and what we do is socket.io, so it's just socket.io. Tell me.
يوم الأحد تعالوا كلكم جاهزين لفوتوغرافي سيشن فور بروفايل بيكتشر للينكدين.
Whoa.
يعني راح تكون بروفيشنال بيسكلي سيشن، يعني راح يجوا السي اي اللي هم التيم تبعهم تصوير عنا، وياخذوا لكل واحد صورة مشان يحطوها على اللينكدين بروفايل تبعكم، تمام؟
Also the instructors.
بنعمل لكم
Thank you.
المشكلة
I need a professional picture, please.
احنا ونيد
For the website, right? Yeah.
بس يعني أنا بنفكر
Keep it in your mind.
في عندنا ناس راح يبلشوا
Oh, okay.
ودو ثيتر it has a different structure. خلينا اتليست لكم مشان نجهز. مين حاب يشتغل امازون مبدئيا؟ واحدة؟ ممتاز. راح نشتغل معكم يوم الخميس to prepare you basically how to start. امازون عندهم 4 steps قبل ما توصل لاخر شيء تبلش معهم. في الشيء له علاقة بالessential skills اللي هي بسموها soft skills، في شيء له علاقة بالprinciples تبعون امازون. بعدين بيحكموا التكنيكال. يوم الخميس عندنا سيشن راح يحكي براين عنها about the basically I would call it the 11 reasons why people get fired in 2020.
That's cool. We should attend so we don't get fired.
So just to make sure to prepare you from a technical perspective, also from
Soft skills.
Yep.
Thanks, Dwight.
الخميس والأحد الجاي هاي إن شاء الله راح ينبعث
Okay.
فيها متأكد يا الأحد أو الاثنين، بس الأحد هم يكونوا جاهزين for a professional photography session.
Awesome.
Can I-
Woo!
Can I say something real quick?
Please do.
Oh, sorry to steal your lecture. Couple things really quick, and I promise I'll be quick. I know I say that.
It's fine.
That's how that goes. All right, so here's what's up. First off, I met with the lead technical recruiter, that's who came in here from Amazon. Got a lot of information around what they're looking for. They are definitely looking for software engineers. I know generally speaking what their hiring process looks like. we are going to talk to you all about that, and I'm going to help hand select some people to kind of go through the process of maybe interviewing at Amazon. They're looking for people, all right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is that Lawai and Dr. Muhammad are going to come in on Thursday to do a career coaching session with you all. This was something that initially we had kind of like last week, and I was like, we need to move that off until we can get someone here, right? They're going to come do this, and it's going to be very much related around the industry here, what's needed in the region here, and to help kind of boost your professionalism there. That's why we're also going to get the photographer in here to kind of help out with that piece, right? So what that means, this is an exciting piece for you all. Tomorrow, we were going to do a lecture that kind of extends off of this and takes it like 15 steps further. Tomorrow is not going to be lecture. Tomorrow is going to be, you are going to be working with your project teams. And let me explain why we're going to start this process early, just real quick. I want tomorrow for you to start working on your projects. You're going to get your project teams today. We're going to go through the pitches and all that stuff. But I want to give you an opportunity tomorrow to actually be working on your projects early. And then on Thursday, we're going to kind of move aside for a second. We're going to do career coaching. After career coaching, you can continue to work on your projects, and then you'll have the entire next week to work on your projects. These projects must be as highly professional as possible. I want them as polished as possible. I want them as good as possible, so that when Amazon says, what did you build? Or any company says, what did you build? You're not just like, I made this cool API. You have this level of understanding of depth, every person on the team, of what was built, and it is excellent. So again, here is the bar. I like to put this into perspective. Here is the bar of what a normal 401 level project looks like. Unfortunately, you have me. Now your bar is here. Okay? I'm giving you an extra day. Tomorrow's day is one of these things that in 401 JavaScript, we often will say, do we do this or do we not, depending on where students are at, and if we can give them an opportunity to work on projects earlier. I think tomorrow's a great day. It's just an extension of additional, Socket.io stuff that you're doing today. But I think that the most important thing is that you're working on your projects tomorrow. So tomorrow, starting at 9 o'clock in the morning, you're going to come in and you're going to be working on projects. And for tomorrow?
This week, the whole week.
Yeah, you still got to work on your labs. Not the one for tomorrow though. What do you mean? I'm confused.
I mean, we left some machine behind. So we need time to work in it.
You can work on your lab stuff until the beginning of the technical project week. All right, which is starting Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday is the day that starts. Yes. However, let me be clear. You would normally be in lecture in the morning anyway. I want you to be spending your time tomorrow with your project team in the daytime versus actually working on your labs. Stop worrying about getting a grade on a lab. Like I don't care about that. I care about you all getting awesome, skills from this, right? So to answer your question directly, tomorrow during the day, don't be focused on working on your lab assignments from lab 11 and lab 13 and lab 12, right? You're going to be focused on working with your project teams.
Yeah.
This weekend though, if you want to work on getting your assignments kind of fixed up on the side, that's fine. However, you are still working on your projects too. You're going to have to figure out how to manage that extra layer if you need to do resubmits. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because otherwise what would happen, I'm being nice to you on this, otherwise what would happen is I would give you a lecture tomorrow and then you have another lab that's a heavy lab for you to manage on top of all the other labs that you have. So what I'm doing is saying instead of giving you a lecture in another lab, and believe me, the lab for tomorrow is hard. Like it is not easy. I'm saying focus on your projects. Your projects are absolutely important. They are things that are going to go on your resume. Does that make sense? These are projects that should be on your resume. So I'm going to give this back to you because if I keep talking, I won't stop talking.
One thing.
Yes.
You want to do that not because of the grade. You want to do that just
Good.
help us in work
Good.
on the project. That's why we do it.
Okay, so the labs for this week in particular, like the one for today and tomorrow, those aren't necessarily going to help you that much with your project. These are real-time bolt-on layers. What are you building? You're building an API. Does that make sense? Your APIs are from week 1, 2, and 3. This is awesome, cool stuff. And if somebody wants to hook up a Socket.io app, please put Socket.io in there. But what I think what you're misunderstanding here is that tomorrow, if I didn't, fine, if you want, I can give you a lecture in a lab tomorrow. I want you to have time to work on your projects. Instead of having 4 days to work on an API, you now are going to have 6 6 days actually more like 7 really.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get Thursday after Y is done, right? And you're gonna get all day tomorrow to work on your projects.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I know that you're more concerned with like understanding the material. You could definitely do that, and I won't block you from working on your lab assignments until Sunday. However, if you and your project team say, let's meet on Saturday, let's build some stuff on Saturday for the next 6 hours, build things on Saturday with your project team, and then you gotta figure out the time that you wanna do resubmits after that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The idea here is that get more time on your projects because there is going to be a whole bunch of employer emphasis coming in. Listen, this is the first cohort, which means that we're basically saying, come on, hey, employer, come on, employers. Like that's what we're doing, right? We're trying to build a system. You all are also trying to figure this out too. And listen, we're not giving them like, fluffy dreams here. I'm not sitting here and saying like every student in this class can build a Socket IO app with their eyes closed right now. They can build APIs from the ground up, like, without any sort of help on this. I'm saying we're looking to make SDE1s, right? You are already at the format of SDE1 to some degree. You just need a little bit more focus on the kind of, working on a team side of things. And that's what we're gonna be focused on too. So we're going behavioral for the next week, and we're going into the direction of like getting you working on your projects early. Again, tomorrow's lecture and lab have always been optional at Cookfellows. This is not something that we've always said you must do it every single Wednesday, right? It has always been an optional layer. I was going to come in tomorrow and teach, right? I love teaching this stuff, as you know. But I'm gonna say no, because I don't want you to have an extra lab on top of what's more important right now. An extra crazy lab or working on your project teams. Working on your project teams. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. That's all I have for you. Sorry,
Thanks.
didn't mean to hijack this one.
No worries. Okay, so I kept recording, so just in case.
Nice.
When you see this, that means like you can resume from here. Okay, just skip until you see this. You start. Done. Okay, cool. So let's go back to here. What were we building? Oh, app. Yes. We're building client. Yes. Okay. Stop.
So I think you need to require something that's IO.
Yeah, we need to do the same thing, right? So socket IO client dash client, and then I do done. I need to connect SIO, so you need to constant client equal SIO dot connect for HTTP colon / localhost 3001. I think done. What else we need to build? We need to emit something to speak, and done. That's it. Okay, here's where we're gonna use Faker, by the way. So we can do what? Client dot emit. This will emit to the server. The server will emit to logger, and it will show you the result. Okay. Speak. Oh my God. Okay. Speak. Is it correct? Speak. Yep. And this will pass the data. What's the data we're gonna pass? We can pass any data. Okay. Let's emit high for now. Let's see how it goes, and then if it works, done. Okay. If it works, then we can just add good data. Like I'm gonna do node server.js. Nothing bad happened here. I need to, so you run server, then logger, then app, because app will actually send data. So you need to do node logger. Okay, it's connected, good. And now node app.js. Hi, hear the message, hi. Woo, worked. Okay, so now the actual interaction between the three things works. By the way, if you noticed, I put the 3 files in one folder with one package JSON.
Yeah.
It's I know, like, I watched the demo from yesterday. Brian asked you not to do this, right? Which is fine. I agree with him. But just like I'm doing a lot of things today, I decided not to. Just like easier for me, just to add in there. Yes, in your just consider each one of them as in one app. You know why? It's really cool. Server is a backend. What's app? It's a client, right? What you can do with app, front end, you can create a page that has some data, and we just submit. It will send to the app.js, and the app.js will talk to the server. The server will log to the logger, and logger could show on another page, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine this interaction?
Yeah.
That's how exactly it is. That's why logger is a client, because logger you could attach like some front end material, which is HTML and CSS to it, okay, and just show you the data there, okay? You can have this. So think of this interaction. That's what you're gonna build in your projects. That's exactly what you're gonna build. So you have this like interaction. So app.js could send like a GET request, for example, or a POST request from the page using $.get, for example, from the page, the actual HTML page, to app.js. In the event handler, you can say emit this to the server, and the server will say emit this to the logger. Logger is actually a JavaScript file. It's a client file. It will just say, okay, render this on a page, on another page. And you can have this like interaction. You write here and it will show there.
Actually, I searched some example for using the
Nice.
in net, and he use Express and HTML.
You can.
You can show the chat on the browser. And
You can, yeah.
it's more fun.
You can also use Express. That works too.
Yeah,
This is easily integrated with Express if you want.
yeah.
You can easily integrate it with it.
So easily, he is using just
Yeah.
JavaScript.
There's many examples on the internet how to do this. It's already built for you. You can just customize it.
The point of build the logger is to modify the request and the response, but here we didn't modify anything, just passed from the logger to the server.
Can you say this again? The idea of loggers to modify the request?
Yes.
What do you mean by modifying the request?
Uh,
Add stuff to it.
yes, add stuff to it.
Uh-huh.
So here didn't modify anything, didn't change it. But
Why do you want to modify something here? That's the question. Do you want to do something? Do you want to modify something to it?
No.
so if I didn't modify anything, just pass it to server. Where's the point of that?
What's the point to have it just a standalone service? Modularization. But you know what? Think of it this way. I will show you now how to create namespaces. What if you want to split the loggers into two pages? A logger that logs one namespace, another logger that logs another namespace. Does that work? Works. You can. So that's how you create rooms, actually. So you can have different applications talking to different loggers using the server. Let's work on something. Let's see. Just wait for it, and then after I'm done, you can just maybe ask this question again. Okay?
Can I say something?
Yeah, please do.
Based on Raed,
Yeah, please add to it. Yeah.
Mahmoud said 2 days ago about this, why we use this convention.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we, last week, we used the logger as a middleware modification. So we just print out the path and the method. Now we have the same name, but different.
Oh, you're mixing that with the logger. That's okay. Yeah, no, that's different. So did we use logger yesterday? What was the reason for logger yesterday?
Just to print out the messages.
So the messages.
Yeah.
That's it, right? Was it like a middleware?
It's a different.
It's this logger, right? but it's a different app. Why it's a different app? Because it can links to pages. Could be a standalone app. Every one of these can be a standalone app. Yeah, tell me. I love this conversation, but let's keep it organized so we can hear everyone. Yes, Ahmed.
I think when we deal with the front end, we should look at some props because we can't use the local setting.
Yeah, you can. You can if you want to modify something right in the middle, like yeah. But I mean, honestly, like for Socket.io applications, this is how you do it. The logger will be the last thing you do, which is the last thing that could render to another page, to a page actually. But for now, it's just like logging here. Mahmoud was talking about something else, like when you send a request from a client to a server, there's a middleware that will catch this API request or event, okay, and just log something to a file or to the memory or to here. It's up to you where you want to log it. So, by the way, on Sunday's lecture, which is the event logging, which is the back-end logging, the back-end event handling. That was the main core of Sunday, the main point of Sunday. You will use this a lot. Your boss will ask you to do it. Your boss will ask you to say, okay, you know what you did is really cool. This application is amazing, but it's missing a lot of things. It's missing testing. Where's the testing? And you say, okay, 3 weeks for testing, done. Okay, then where's the documentation? Like, oh my God, I need to do this from scratch. So you go build the documentation for every single feature you have. You're done with documentation, and will say, and he will tell you like, oh, you know what? I need every single action that happens on the backend to be logged, because I wanted to keep a track of like who's doing what. Every time an item is removed from a cart in a shopping website, I need that to be logged. Every time something added to the cart, I need this to be logged. And that's like painful, right? If you don't know how to deal with logging. It's different than this logging. This is something else. Okay? And now, kill the boss. If you use a service, for example, if you use .NET and you deploy in Azure, it could be done automatically for you. It depends on your on the future which company you will work with. But if you work with a company where using .NET and they deploy in Azure, wow, it's gonna be super easy because it's already built in. You can just include it in your code. Done. It will log it for you. And you will tell it where to log it to. Done. Just like a couple of clicks. Done. But if you use this, you want to write it by yourself. Unless there is a tool for it. Okay. Let's move on and talk more about other stuff. What did we do here? So last thing we did was, ta-da! All right. Okay. App, Faker. I'm just gonna get Faker as well, so we can use Faker. So const, I think Faker equal require Faker, right? Done. And I need to just like npm install. So Control C, npm I Faker. Is it Faker? Okay. Good. And I need to generate data from Faker, so I can do. By the way, Faker. Have you seen Faker documentation? No. Oh my God! You can generate anything you want. Yeah. You can generate dates. You can generate IDs. You can generate names. You can generate fruits. You can whatever you want. So Faker. They have something called Hacker, which is like technical things, technical words, technical phrases, technical sentences. You can do phrase. This will generate like nerdy phrases for you. You'll see them. They're really cool. Okay, so faker.hacker.phrase. Again, this is just for fun. Okay. You can do You can do, what did we do in the previous one? Hold on. We did something actually. Oh, this thing, yeah. I'm gonna copy it. It's fun. It's gonna be fun. How about we do this? Tap and just do this. And every 500. Let's do this. Let's see how it works. Yeah, generate fake phrase, fake technical phrase every
That's cool.
it is. Node server, node logger, connected node app.js. Farah. Stop. Where? Oh my god. I will report. Okay. Use the. Okay, that's bad. We cannot read it, right? That's chatting. I'm just simulating chatting for you now. That's what we do with chatting, right? So I'm gonna make it like 2 seconds instead. All right. So server logger app. Let's see. Read them quickly.
We need to bypass
The wireless AGP application. Try to compare the calm alarm whatever. GP program cannot sanitize the bus without overriding the backend ADF. I have no idea what that means, but they're fun. If we generate the sensor, we can get to SMS. These are just like seriously fake phrases done by this library. Yeah. It's like people chatting here, just like, oh, we need to do this. No, we need to do no. So, yeah. That's the idea here.
It's actually have a filter for image. Can we?
Yeah, but we cannot generate. You know, that's a. So she's saying has faker for image. Can you imagine? You have your app generate fake images. It will give you, I think, URIs or URLs. Okay.
Image process.
You need an image process. Where we should put that? So the app will send to the server. The server will send it to the logger. The same as we do now, just payloads. Okay, and the payload, the URL of the image, will be received to logger. Logger should be attached to HTML file that it will just like render it there. It will just keep creating images and replace. I can't. Nope. I'm not ready for do that, and it's gonna take time. I'm not gonna do it. Nope. Don't scare me. Okay. Yeah, stop, because it's already 11:45. I don't want to exceed 12. I don't want people to hate me, so. What else? I need to add something. Yeah, we talked about namespaces. That's the last thing I'm gonna add here. That's the idea, namespaces. So I can, when I do broadcasting, just send to, I just send to localhost, and localhost will send to logger, and now I can send specific route. It's called a namespace. So the routes in Express called namespaces here. So let me show you. In the server, I can say, you know what, that's cool, but can I, what, hello? Hold on, constant SIO. 1 minute. Yeah, I need to create a specific route for a specific. So here we just do a connection on. We just do one connection, and inside it we can do like multiple things, like multiple. Let's say, what do we call these? Events we send to them. Now, I can say speak, I can say write, I can say hi, I can say class, I can say whatever, inside the same connection. But where I'm sending? I'm sending to the main, actually, client, SIO, which is, it will just send to the local host. I can now create a namespace. I can send specifically to that specific namespace. And in order to do this, I need to create now a new thing, a new connection for that specific namespace. I can call it whatever. So the way you do it, you need a name here. Just gonna call it LTUC equal. And what you do is you do IO or SIO. Look, this is really fun here. Dot of, that's the syntax. Anything that gets to LTUC, process it here. Let's go back up here. Here we go. So that means anything that's received through this socket to this specific route, if the app sent to this route, do this here. I'm just gonna write some code here. If it's the main one, if the local host without any route, process it here. That's how it works. So here you can say, let me just finish this quickly, and then you can do LTUC dot on the same, right? Connection. I think it will be clear now after I finish this. Okay. Socket, the same thing. When you receive a connection here, just do socket dot on. I know. You can say speak as well if you want. LTUC speak. If someone tried to access /LTUC and try to access the event LTUC speak, do this stuff. That's exactly how it works. And we receive a payload, right? And with this payload, we're gonna do something here. Done. We're gonna emit. Where do we emit? We broadcast, right? We broadcast everything. So I'm gonna do LTUC dot emit message. Okay, I'm emitting message. You can emit to something else. Let's emit to the same logger for now. I'm gonna emit message and just gonna emit the payload. Done. So I have two connections, remember. One for the main. Any namespace you wanna add, you just use this syntax. The SIO, which is the socket IO, dot of, and SIO has a lot, by the way. The socket IO has a lot. Like one of them is just on, one of them is of. Of mean I'm trying to access specific route. Their documentation is amazing. It's full of like things you can do and sample codes. I really like it. So when you get to the chat rooms, when you get to the rooms feature, it will tell you exactly what to follow and what to put there in order to make a room, step by step. So if someone try to access LTUC on this connection, if try to access this event, do this. Emit to message, which is connected with the logger now. Okay, send this payload. Okay, done for the server. Now I need to process it in logger, and then I need to send it from the client. Okay, or the app. Save this. How do I do this in logger here? So I created a logger. It's a connection with the server. Where is this connected? Localhost 3001 /
/LTUC.
Now I need to create another connection, and I'm gonna say, well, this is connected. It's called LTUC. It's connected to SIO.connect. I mean, this is not connected to this, but it's connected to /LTUC. Done.
And now you can do LTUC.on message.
Exactly. Good job. Yes. Can do now. LTUC dot on. We call this logger, right? Now this is LTUC dot on. When we get a message with a payload, I need you to do. So here's your message. We can do console.log LTUC message. Just like, you know, differentiate message. And let's do this, and we can do payload. Done. Processing in logger. Now think of splitting this logger into 2 loggers. How about that? Isn't it cool?
Yeah. So now we have
Let's figure out.
chat.
Okay. So now we have actually, it's gonna print both of them here. This will process all of them. It will process the actual payloads and LTC payloads from the namespace. Now I need to go to the app, the JS, and actually send messages, right? So in app, what we do here, we did do set interval every 2000. Wow, that's big.
Now
We can do the same here, right? But we need to do first what?
once the new client
Good job. So I'm just gonna copy it, paste it here, just to make it easier. Call this LTUC, which is LTUC client,
yeah.
SIO./LTUC. You got it.
Can we put it inside
The same one?
Yeah.
But that's like one connection.
No,
Should
it's
create.
not the set interval.
You can, yeah. You can just create it here,
Yeah.
but you need to create it first. Oh, here?
Yeah.
Of course we can.
Yeah, like
LTUC dot emit.
speak.
Hold on. It's called LTUC speak. And comma, same. Faker, hacker, phrase, blah. Whoa, that's gonna be a lot, by the way.
No, not the same one.
No?
Another
I mean, she suggested the same one. I'm gonna go over the suggestion, so that's fine. It's gonna be crazy, right? So clear, 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 server, logger, connected, app. Whoa. Bad? No. Good. Oh, here's your message, LTC message. Here's your message, LTC message. Blah, 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 blah. So there's 2 people sending here. One sending to LTC, one sending to the actual. Can we create chat rooms now? We can, right? Easily. I did not do this in the demo, but you know what? How about if we take 5 minutes to do it? Let's see if it works or not.
Yeah.
We create 2 loggers. I know it's scary, but why not? I'm gonna take the risk. If it doesn't work, don't blame me, but touch, logger, LTUC logger. How about this? LTUC dash logger.js. Okay, I'm just gonna open it here. Where's LTUC logger? I'm just gonna copy paste instead, right? It's gonna cut this one, cut it actually. Let's go here, paste it here. What else I need to do? LTC there, cut this, paste it there. That's it?
Can you please go back to logger?
What's up there? I need to do these too. Copy. Save this, save that. Yeah, I think that's all, right? So let's see the fun part. It's gonna be crazy. So I'm gonna do control. I usually do Command T and then I just like take it out. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but oh no, it's gonna make it small. Come on. Same size. Just gonna do this. Okay. Control L. Control L. How about this? So this is server, guys. So this is server, this is app, this is logger 1, this is logger 2. Okay, node. Honestly, I did not do it home. So I'm not sure what's gonna be the output, so let's see. This is node, this is logger 1. LTC logger. Oh, what?
You didn't do node app.js.
Well, I said touch now. What's gonna happen? It's gonna create 2 of them? Seriously? Okay. Nice. Good to know. Thanks for telling me, because I didn't know this. Okay. Just because these are important, I'm just gonna do an node logger JS node LTUC logger JS connected. Good. Now here's the fun part. Node app.js. No, don't tell me. Whoa! 2 chat rooms. Listen to this, listen to that. Same interval. Yeah, it works. So now, if you have this link to a front end, and you have like, choose the room, and you pass it to your code inside app, and you decide here to which one you log, it will log to the actual room. Easy, super easy. Thumbs check. Whoa, never get that, honestly. Thank you so much. Any questions before we leave?
Thank you.
Yeah, please.
Can we
12 o'clock on the dot.
A dot? Tell me.
Now can we do interactive chat room like
You can.
us with this and
Yeah, I mean, think of this again. Think of this as it's linked to the front end, and you'll see the messages, and you have another page that you type your messages, and depends on where you want to go. You want to send to there or here. And who decide? The app. The app that's linked to the front end will decide which room to send to. It will pass it through. Either it will put slash something or no. Or like slash room 1 slash room 2. I gave you the solution, by the way. That's it. Done. Okay. Questions?
I gotta make an announcement too.
Please.
All right, so yes, another announcement.
Should I stop recording? That's it? Done?
Yeah, you can stop.
Okay.